Hello everyone, it's your friendly neighborhood Moshi, and welcome back to another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Guide. Today we're going to be taking a look at the giant monster space dragon himself, Ridley, who finally managed to make it into Smash. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. As excited as I was for Ridley being in Smash, when I first saw gameplay of him, I wasn't too impressed. And, to an extent, I'm still not. Ridley isn't that good. I've said before that every character in Smash Ultimate is viable. Ridley is no exception. He has his strengths. Unfortunately, that's kind of Ridley's problem. He only has a few specific strengths. Like, he doesn't have that many good moves, so to speak. It'll make more sense once I actually start explaining what Ridley's moves are. So with that being said, let's get into what they are. We'll start with Ridley's jab. It's a standard jab. It actually does a decent amount of damage, and you can hold someone in place for quite some time with it. You can also just hold A for just the normal 1, 2, 3 hit jab, but you're usually going to want the multi-hit jab just to tack on a little bit extra damage. Ridley's tilts. He has his forward tilt, his up tilt, and his down tilt. I think all of them are actually pretty decent moves. His forward tilt is your standard, forward tilt, good for spacing. It has a sweet spot on the tip of his tail, so if I just hit my opponent up close, it's going to do 12 damage, but if I hit with the barb on his tail, if I can hit it, you'll do 15.6 damage, as well as have that little extra knockback, which can net you some kills in the higher percents. His up tilt is actually very good for juggling, somewhat similar to Isabel's up tilt, and very good anti-air just because it covers the top of Ridley relatively well. Also, although it starts behind him, it actually doesn't hit behind him. Interesting. His down tilt, standard down tilt, good combo starter. Also very good for covering the ledge. And sets up for juggles. So, standard down tilt, good. His smash attacks. I'm going to go over his up and his down smash first. His down smash is very similar to Karul and Incineroar's down smashes, although I haven't gone over those two, I'll go over them in the future. Ridley jumps up for a short moment and then slams down. He can dodge grabs with that jump, so it's good punish for grabs, standard punish for rolls. And it does kill surprisingly early. I guess not surprisingly. It's not the greatest down smash in the world, to be honest, but it's there as an option, and it will net you kills if you can read a roll or a grab even. Ridley's up smash, no, that's a grab. Ridley's up smash I find interesting because it starts behind him, similar to Mario's, but it won't hit opponents standing directly in front of him. So if you want to hit somebody with your up smash that's standing next to you, you'd have to pivot it. If I can do it right. Okay, well I can't do it right, but you understand my point. Oh, well, I just did it right. So Ridley's up smash is mainly just used as an anti-air, or if your back is to someone, you can hit them that way. And it is a strong up smash in terms of killing potential, but in terms of just viability of throwing it out, not really. Really only just as an anti-air. Now, his forward smash is where Ridley shines. Just look at that beautiful damage. 24.1, basically 24%. And it's also relatively safe, too. He doesn't have that much ending lag on it, and it's one of Ridley's, if not his absolute best kill option, if you can land this. So, forward smash, very good. And it just deals a ton of damage. 24% on a smash attack, that's really good damage. Now onto his aerials. I'm going to go over his lesser, I'll just say worse aerials. His down air, really only good if you can actually get a hard read and land the spike. It's similar to Toon Link's down air, just sends him straight down. You do not want to use this off stage, because odds are you will not be able to make it back to recover. I did make it back to recover there, but if you're lower than the stage, or even with the stage, if you don't hit someone with it, you're not coming back. Ridley's up air, not really that good for juggling people just because of the amount of end lag on it. If you can get someone into the air, and if they don't respect it, then sure, you can keep juggling them, but you're mainly just going to be using this as a way to kill someone that's in the air at the higher percent. It's a bit too slow to just continually juggling them. It's nothing like Mario's up air. Now onto his better aerials, his forward air. You're going to be using this mainly to combo out of things like your down tilt. It's a really easy combo too. It works at most percents. Down tilt into just his forward air. And it's very good for edge guarding just because of how many times it hits and the knockback on it. So Ridley can be quite a terror off stage with his forward air. I actually wasn't expecting that to get Luigi at that percent. Okay. His back air, very strong kill option. Very similar to back airs like Captain Falcon's or Ganondorf's, just in the sense of his killing potential. It also has a pretty deceiving hitbox. I've managed to kill people with Ridley's back air, hitting them with Ridley himself and not even his foot. It does have quite a bit of landing lag on it, so be careful with it. You'll notice that Ridley has quite a few tools for edge guarding, especially once we get into the specials. Now Ridley's best aerial is undoubtedly his neutral air. Remember when I said that Ridley has a couple of strengths and that he has some really good moves? This is one of them. And this is honestly a staple of Ridley's kit. Short hopping with his neutral air, because this is safe to throw out if you space it properly. It covers all around Ridley except for below him. Like very slightly below him there's a blind spot, but it covers his backside. It's just a really good aerial. And you can even edge guard with this, like even just like if I knock Luigi off and I can just run off in neutral air. Oh, so this is forward air, this is back air, this is up air, this is down air, neutral air. Yep. Okay, so on to his grabs. Nothing really notable about Ridley's grabs. His forward throw, just your standard forward throw to get someone off the stage. Your up throw, I guess you could set up for some juggles and pressure people when they're in the air. Again, nothing super fantastic. Down air, your standard combo starter, especially at like mid percents. And back throw is an okay kill option, like at much later percents. Like we're talking like at 100%, probably not even that. Yeah, like Ridley's back throw isn't really a kill option. Oh wow, I die even if I hit somebody with my down air. Okay. But it's there for style points. Now into Ridley's specials, where he has the other couple of really good moves I was talking about. Now his neutral special isn't to be used on stage just as a normal projectile. You're really going to hit somebody with this if they just run into it. Your main purpose of using your neutral air is to pressure people that are off stage. Like I can knock Luigi off the stage, and then pressure with my neutral air, like, not my neutral air, why was I saying neutral air? I'm neutral special. I can pressure him from on stage with the fireballs to attempt to gimp him. And you'd be surprised how many times you can gimp people with Ridley's neutral special. Just because of, if you position Ridley correctly, like right here near the ledge, but not exactly at the ledge, it'll just drop straight down. It's really good against people who have very linear recoveries, Luigi being one of them. Because just from that alone, Luigi can't make it back. Well, he could have actually air dodged toward the stage, but you see my point. Now, Ridley's forward special, this is one of his better moves. It's a command grab. It will hit people if they're shielding, and he'll just keep dragging them until they hit the edge of a stage. Now, you can mash out of it, but the higher percent is a bit trickier, and it is actually a really good kill option. Oh, that's my phone. My mistake. Another thing that you can actually do with Ridley's forward special is that in the air, it acts similar to Bowser and Ganondorf's, in that Ridley, if I can actually hit it, Ridley will actually drag his opponent down. However, the thing is, Ridley will die first if you drag them all the way down, so that's not what you want to do. What you want to do is jump or just press any button afterward to make Ridley jump out of it. You can also do this on stage, and Ridley will just throw them away. That's usually what you want to do with your forward special. You can also, for some people, you can, if I can do it properly, it's a bit tricky to do. If Ridley's coming back to stage, he could grab somebody and actually stage spike them into the stage with his forward special. If I could just time this right. I'm barely missing Luigi. Like that. Now, obviously that can be tech, but for people that don't see it coming, it is an option. It's also good when Ridley's coming back to stage. You can use it as a recovery, and if you manage to grab someone, again, like I said, you could stage spike them with it. But again, you can just tech it. Ridley's up special. Now, Ridley's up special, this is important to note. Ridley's up special cannot be aimed in any direction. You are very limited in what directions you can aim it. You can aim it straight up. You can aim it straight down. Well, kind of more diagonally down. You can aim it diagonally to the left or right, and you can aim it straight left or right. And it is also a kill option. So you have to be very aware of what angle you're coming to recover. So like this angle, it's very hard to recover from trying to go up diagonally. So keep that in mind. Ridley is very limited. It's not a free directional up special. Another important thing to note is that I don't think Ridley will automatically snap to the ledge with it. Okay, no, he does. I'm wrong. Yeah, he will automatically snap to the ledge. Last but not least is Ridley's down special. You're almost never going to be using this move. Unless you have a hard read, you are never going to be using this move. What will happen is Ridley will stab his tail forward, and it takes quite a while to come out. Like this, almost half a second. Up close, it's really not going to do anything. But if you space correctly and hit them with the barb of his tail, you'll do a massive amount of damage. Now, when your opponent is stunned like that, they can just get up immediately, so it just all depends on what you think they're going to do afterward. But most of the time, you're not going to be using this move. It takes a long time to come out, and if it gets blocked, well, free punish for your opponent. So I would honestly advise not using Ridley's down special unless you really know what your opponent is about to do, because otherwise, you're just going to leave yourself wide open. So those are all of Ridley's attacks. So what are his good attacks? As I've said before, he only has a few of them, and that's really where his strength lies. On the ground, he's got most of his tilts. They have their situations, but they're all pretty good if you can use them wisely. I think his down tilt is one of his best moves, though. Down and forward tilt, both very good. Use them well. Forward smash is probably your best kill option just in terms of how much damage and how much knockback it deals. It does take a while to come out, but if you space it properly, it is relatively safe. It's not safe if you just use it right up in someone's face and they shield it. So, I mean safe in terms of just spacing with it. Like if someone's far away from you and you use forward smash, you could actually bait them into running at you and throw out a second one. Ridley doesn't have much end lag on his forward smash. It's the startup lag on it, but the end lag, he doesn't have much of it. In the air, really, it's just his neutral air that you're going to be using just in the neutral state. Like when you and your opponent are both trying to hit each other, it's pretty much his neutral air you're going to be using. You're not going to be running forward with your forward air, really, because it has ending lag on it. Ridley's neutral air is pretty much his best aerial. When you're looking to edge guard someone, that's when you're going to be using your forward air. Your back air is also a good kill option, like I've said before. As for specials, you'll be using your forward special not when you're just standing on the stage, but when you're trying to gimp someone's recovery. And your forward special when you can net a kill like that. Ridley is honestly one of the more trickier characters to play, not because he's hard to use. Like, he's not a difficult character. He's easy. His moves are relatively simple. It's just knowing how to use them. Not all fighters are created equally, and Ridley is one of them. He's definitely not the best fighter in the game, and he's not one of the best either. But it's all about using the tools that Ridley has at his disposal. He is very fast. He is a heavyweight, and he has a very large frame. But he is very fast. He's got one of the faster running speeds in the game, actually. So what you'll want to be doing with Ridley is pressuring people with your strong neutral aerial, your strong tilts, opening them up with your grab whenever you see an opportunity, and fishing for the kill with his strong kill options. Those being his back air, if possible, his forward smash, if you got someone up in the air, his up air, and that's about it. So, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this taught you a thing or two about Ridley. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as that notification bell, because there's going to be plenty of more Super Smash Bros. Ultimate guides and content coming in the very near future. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all next time.